Hello, darlings. Welcome to Z Star Africa, your home of sizzling drama recaps. Today, we dive deep into Aditya and Rishi's divorce, and Aditya moving on to marry someone else. Let's get into it. It all begins with Rishi informing Jhanak that he is going to meet a lawyer to talk about divorce. It is a mutual decision, and Aditi will be coming too. Jhanak tells him that Aditi is in pain, so she cannot hold his hands. Rishi says that Anirudh mentioned Aditi like someone else. Jhanak suggests that maybe Aditi is testing him. She asks whether he would have decided to divorce Aditi if he had never met her. Rishi admits that he cannot answer that. He says he loves Jhanak now and wants to marry her. Jhanak tells him that she is scared of the blame. Rishi asks her not to worry about what society says. He says this is what God wants, which is why everything is happening this way. He believes they were destined to meet. Jhanak asks him to think about divorce once again, as it is not an easy decision. Rishi refuses to change his mind and says Jhanak is not responsible for his and Aditi's problems. On the other side, Arshi asks Aditi whether the papers are ready. Aditi replies yes. Anirudh says they will accompany her, but Aditi insists on going alone. Arshi asks what if Rishi brings Jhanak there. Aditi says Rishi told her he is coming alone. Anirudh assures Aditi that his love for her will never change. He tells her she took the right decision and that he will always support her. He asks her not to worry about society. Aditi nods. Anirudh thinks he knows this is not easy for Aditi, but it is good for both Aditi and Jhanak. Aditi reflects that she loved Rishi deeply, but destiny did not allow her to live with him. Meanwhile, Rishi informs his family that he is going to meet a lawyer for divorce. Tanushree accuses Jhanak of instigating him. Rishi says even Aditi wants a divorce. Indumati asks what Aditi can do when her husband is having an extramarital affair with Jhanak. Jhanak says she already tried to stop Rishi. Neelu asks her to stop the drama, while Abhimanyu accuses Jhanak of provoking Rishi while pretending to be innocent. Tanushree tells Rishi he cannot go anywhere. Payal reminds him that Aditi is a good girl who always supported him, questioning how he can leave her for Jhanak. She calls him disloyal and ungrateful. Rishi insists the decision will bring happiness to both him and Aditi and that it is mutual. Mistai questions how it can be mutual, reminding him that he hid his marriage to Jhanak from Aditi. She asks how he would feel if he were in Aditi's place. Rishi remains silent. Mistai says his silence is the answer. Jhanak agrees with Mistai, but Rishi asks Jhanak for her support. Tanushree reminds Rishi that he loved Aditi for many years and married her despite knowing about his marriage to Jhanak. She accuses him of doing injustice to Aditi and declares she will never accept Jhanak. Mistai says she will lose respect for Rishi if he divorces Aditi. Rishi says he is getting late. Jhanak asks him to think again, but he refuses. Tanushree claims Aditi came to the house because she was worried about Rishi. Indumati says men never understand women's pain. Tanushree stops Rishi and asks Abhimanyu to call Aditi. Abhimanyu puts the phone on speaker, but Aditi does not answer. He then calls Anirudh, who picks up. Abhimanyu asks to speak to Aditi, but Anirudh says the time for talking is over. Tanushree requests him to understand the situation. Abhimanyu tells Aditi she is his daughter-in-law and asks her to forget about divorce. Aditi tells them they treated her like a daughter, but asks how she can stay with a man who claims to love someone else. She says Rishi chose Jhanak and should have done so earlier instead of torturing her. She states that Rishi does not deserve to stay there and that he does not value her, which is why she agreed to a mutual divorce. Anirudh says Aditi will not change her decision, and that Rishi can live with Jhanak if he wants. He wants both his daughters to be happy. Tanushree admits Aditi was betrayed despite doing nothing wrong. Abhimanyu insists they will find another solution besides divorce. Anirudh says the matter is about the happiness of Rishi, Aditi and Jhanak now. Tanushree warns Aditi that their relationship will also end. Aditi says she does not care about Rishi's life after divorce and wants to focus on herself. She disconnects the call. Rishi leaves the house. Tanushree tells Jhanak she will never accept her as her daughter-in-law. Neelu says Jhanak will suffer a lot. Pudal asks Jhanak to give everyone time. Jhanak recalls Anirudh's words and wonders about his intentions. Sanchibati arrives and asks why Jhanak did not go to college. Jhanak says her mood was off. Sanchibati understands and advises her not to worry about what others say, asking her to think about herself. Jhanak shares that Rishi wants to marry her after divorcing Aditi, but she fears the blame she will face. She worries her character and her mother's name will be questioned. Sanjay tells her not to worry and encourages her to trust Rishi and think about her future. Jhanak says she feels Rishi made the divorce decision in a hurry. Sanjay disagrees, believing Rishi thought deeply before deciding. Jhanak asks Sanjay how she would feel if another woman came between her and Dhridaman. She explains that society will always blame the woman. Sanjay says she would leave without blaming the other woman. Jhanak insists society would still blame her. Sanjay reassures her, saying Rishi loves her and that she will not find a better man. Jhanak says she trusts Rishi but fears he may not recover from the pain of divorce. At the lawyer's office, Rishi and Aditi wait. The lawyer apologizes for being late. Aditi tells him they want a mutual divorce as they see no future together. The lawyer assures them the process will be smooth. Aditi disagrees, saying she was used and betrayed. Rishi denies it, but Aditi reminds him of his broken promises. She tells the lawyer Rishi never valued their relationship. Rishi says he was glad Aditi was in his life. The lawyer asks them to think again. Rishi feels pain but insists there is no point continuing if Aditi sees no future. Aditi reminds him he initiated the divorce. Rishi accepts he is the villain. The lawyer asks them to sign the petition. Aditi signs first. Rishi struggles internally, acknowledging Aditi's constant support and his sudden love for Jhanak. Believing it would be wrong to stay with Aditi while loving someone else, he signs. Outside, Rishi apologizes, but Aditi tells him it is useless. She says they will never talk again and wishes him happiness with Jhanak, warning him not to hurt her the same way. She leaves. Kushik takes Aditi away. Rishi feels hurt that she did not look back even once. Later, discussions about Aditi and Kushik's marriage begin. Meanwhile, Rishi reflects on his emotional pain but feels relieved knowing Aditi has someone. Jhanak notices Rishi troubled. He asks her never to leave him and she promises to support him. Back home, tensions rise, accusations fly and Jhanak faces taunts. Rishi insists Aditi has moved on but the family remains divided. Jhanak declares she will leave for Similboni after her studies if the taunts continue. Elsewhere, preparations for Aditi's marriage proceed. Though concerns are raised, Anirudh insists Aditi deserves happiness. Aditi admits she likes Kushik but states firmly that she will never forgive Jhanak. Anirudh hopes both Aditi and Jhanak find happiness in their respective lives. See you in the next. Much love.